take a little bit of time.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special episode of the Doodads. This is the Doodads do D&D.
D&D.
D&D. Now, we've got a special guest with us, so I'll get Jason to introduce. Jason can do all the introductions. He's very good at that.
Yes, well, usually I'm good at that. No, we have an amazing dungeon master from the local area who has guided me through many an adventure, maybe one or two. But he's renowned in our workplace. There are some who call him Tim. Welcome, Tim.
I don't think I paid you enough money to give me that sort of intro, mate. But thank you very much all the same. Hi there.
It's great to have you.
So we're here. Well, I'm here to learn because I am an absolute newbie. Jason has been doing it a little bit longer than I have. So we decided, or we thought it might be a good idea just to kind of have a go and see if it can be explained to an absolute novice. So bear with me. I'll say that, Tim. We'll see what. Just keep me going. And where do we go from here, Jason? What do you think?
Well, I think Tim will be able to lead us through, but I think we've set up our characters. So my character is an elf ranger called Oma Girdle, and what's your character called, Dave?
Vagabond Halfnut, and it's a mountain dwarf, and he's a fighter. I thought that was apt. Dwarf, yeah.
Dwarf and elf together. I don't think that's ever been done before. I think we're breaking new ground here, Dave.
I think we are. Just don't tell the elf.
Marvelous. Right. So, well, what I will do then is just briefly explain my role in this. I'm the dungeon master. I will be guiding you through the story. I'll be the storyteller, and hopefully bringing the environment alive to you, giving you options. The game is completely open book. You can do whatever you want to do. Some things will have limitations, and at that point I'll be asking you to roll various dice. Now, you may not have the physical dice with you, but if you've gone through the D&D Beyond website, when you click on the various numbers, it will automatically roll those dice for you.
Shall I show you? Shall we have an example here on the website?
Let's see if Dave has similar options or not. Go on.
So if we were asked, what's one thing you would like us to roll? What would we likely have to roll in gameplay? So we're
roll initiative.
Roll initiative. All right, here. So this is just next to armor class.
Yeah.
On the screen here, and I'm going to click on it. There we go. Ooh. So it's rolled a 14, and I've got +3 as my initiative. So it's totaled it for me in the bottom right-hand corner. So 17 is quite a good roll. Okay. Have you rolled initiative, Dave?
I haven't, but I will give it a go now. Let's see.
Give it a quick try.
My roll initiative initially is a +1, so I'll give that a click, see what happens. Let's roll the dice, and I believe that's come out as a 6, so that is a 7 that I have.
Fantastic.
So my reactions are a little bit faster than yours, Dave.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I am a mountain dwarf. Come on.
Yes, I'm a keen elf. With great eyesight.
Just to quickly go over some of the essential things on your sheet in front of you, Dave.
Yeah.
Your initiative you've already worked out. That's when we roll initiative. That's the beginning of combat, and this is where you are in turn. Basically, the higher the number, the more closer to the beginning of the turn you are in the round of combat. Next, that you'll see your armor class.
Yeah.
Now, your armor class is the number that someone would have to roll in order to get through your armor. So if they rolled an 18 on the dice, that means it's actually pierced your armor or hit you. And then you'd take damage. If it rolls below that, then you wouldn't take any damage, essentially.
Yeah.
Towards the top right-hand corner, you can see you've got some hit points as well. And depending on how much damage you take, your hit points will go down until you're at 0. You're not dead when you're at 0. You're unconscious, and you have attempts to kind of try and stabilize in one sense, unless someone's able to recover or bring you back to life. There are various other things. There's nearer along the top, you've got a row of 6 main statistics: strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. And you will range on this in various kind of different areas. And all of the other stats below it that you can see on the screen all relate to those main 6 stats. And they'll be kind of building off that. You'll see a saving throw box over on the side there. So if I ask you to make a Constitution saving throw, you'd click on that. You've got a little +5 there next to that over on the left-hand side. So you click on that +5, and it should add that to whatever dice roll it rolls for you. Okay. What was that, a 6?
Yeah. I'm really dexterous, but it's a +5 and I rolled in that one.
I will do my best.
Don't worry. Okay, I will guide you through as we do it anyway. But I'm not the villain myself. I'm just a storyteller. I'm here to kind of help you with your adventure, so to speak. So we might as well just dive in with the story itself then, in that case, if you guys are ready. And then we'll point out the bits and bobs as we go along. So, okay. So you are 2 friends. You're kind of grown up together in a town, and you've learned some different skills over the last few years, and you've both decided to branch out and try your hand in adventuring. So you've been traveling from your hometown through the countryside towards the city of Portadelas. The weather, it's beautiful sunny days, a few clouds in the sky, a very light breeze, and it's been an uneventful journey for you so far. But as you go on throughout the day, coming towards 12 o'clock, you happen upon the small village of Meadowstone. Now, you walk into Meadowstone, you've got wide open paths. It's a really peaceful village. And you quite quickly come to the town square. You can see it's quite a small village as a result. The paths, you can see they're leading to various other buildings around in the village, butchers, bakers, greengrocers, taverns. And there's plenty of grassy areas to sit and relax too. And it's peaceful. And you can see a few people going from house to house, whether they're buying, selling, doing other jobs. And along the way. So as you come into the town square, you got a beautiful waft of a meaty and pastry smell coming from the local tavern. And it's coming up to lunchtime. As a dwarf, I'm sure you can feel your stomach rumbling there.
Oh, yes.
And was that you?
Can see it. You can see a sign hanging from outside the tavern. It's called the Chubby Guard. But it's entirely up to you what you want to do. You're in the town square. You can explore a bit, or you can just go and grab some grub if you want.
Grab some grub for me, like.
Yeah, I think we should. It's been a long journey. We should head to the tavern. Wouldn't mind a drink or two as well.
Fabulous. So you head into the Chubby Guard. And you can see it's quite a nice, spacious little tavern, and there's various tables and chairs around. There aren't many people in at this moment. There's about 3 patrons who seem to be sitting down, having some food and an ale whilst they are eating. And you see a middle-aged lady who's kind of delivering food around, and she spots you as you come in and says, "Don't worry me, just grab a seat down on the table over there and I'll come over to you shortly." And
table service. I like this tavern.
So you wander over, you pull up a chair. You've got a nice kind of view with the window to your side so you can see outside. It's nearly in the corner, but it's quite a nice little atmosphere. Is there anything you want to know whilst you sat down waiting? Jason, you played this before. You know there are questions you can ask if you ever want to, or but it's entirely up to you.
Dave, what would you like to know?
What would I like to know?
Well, first of all, why don't we think about what we're going to eat? Is there some sort of menu nearby? Can we see?
Is.
Yeah.
You can
What's
see
on
there's
the
a
menu?
chalkboard up by the bar. On the menu, they got a few things. There's a roasted pork and carrot and a tankard of beer, and it's got the price of 8 copper pieces. You've got some smoked veal and dried beetroot and a tankard of ale for 12 copper pieces. Some stewed pork and cabbage and a tankard of ale for 8 copper pieces. Vegetable stew with a mug of perry, which is 2 copper pieces, and roasted goose and blue cheese and a tankard of cider for 8 copper pieces.
I like
So
the sound
as
of
you're-
that last one.
Yeah, the cider.
I'm feeling a bit pretentious.
The cider always a good option.
So as you're eyeing up the menu, the lady pops on over and says, welcome travelers. We don't get many new faces in here. It's nice to see some fresh, cheerful people. Are you in town doing much at all today, or you're just passing through?
Initially just passing through. I've never been here before, so we thought we'd come in and just kind of partake of your establishment's food.
Oh, lovely, lovely. Well, as you've been seeing the menu there, is there anything you fancy? Anything I can get for you?
The cider option, please.
The cider. That's the house special today.
I would also like the cider option, but I'm just curious, do you have anything that you personally would recommend?
Well, that is the house special that you've gone for today. I could... Well, that's the one I'd recommend really today, so it's not a bad choice. I mean, the other ones are quite common, get eaten all the time on a regular basis, but I like to throw in a little something special every now and then. And that's the house special. So,
do you make it yourself?
Oh no, I've got my friend Omar.
Oh, Omar! I'm an Omar. How about that?
Omar. Wow.
Oh, get him down here.
Omar. And you see a little halfling pop his head out from the side with an apron on, kind of a little bit dirty. You can see food all over his apron, and he kind of marches on over and wipes his hands on the towel he's got around his waist and says, what can I do for you?
I don't meet many Omars. It's great to meet another Omar. It's amazing.
You're an Omar too?
Yes.
Oh, well, I never. Are you new in town then, yes?
Yes, yeah. I'm traveling with my friend here, Vagabond.
Vagabond.
It's Dagabond, but
it's Dagabond. Oh, is the V pronounced as a D? I'm sorry.
Oh, I must have spelled it incorrectly.
We're friends this long. We've been friends this long, and I've
always have autocorrect.
Pronouncing your name wrong this whole time.
Dagabond and Omar. Well, pleasure to meet you. You having any of the meals today?
Well, we thought the house special sounded amazing, so I just wanted to know a bit more about the man behind the amazing meal.
Well, we get all locally sourced components. The goose is from a farm not far away. Blue cheese, that's from the monastery. They make a very nice cheese. We have to get that in every now and then. But I'll throw in a bit more goose and meaten it up for you a bit more if you like.
You're a champion, Omar. It's great to meet you.
Not a problem. When he heads back out to the kitchen, you can hear him working away there and start to cook up your meals. The lovely lady, the barmaid lady, she introduces herself as NN Fancy.
Fancy.
NN. E-N-E-N. So she says that'll be 8 copper pieces each, if you don't mind. Which I'm assuming you hand her.
Yes.
Now,
you know what? Dagabond, because I said your name wrong, I'm going to shout you. It's on me.
Thanks.
16 copper pieces.
16 copper pieces. Oh, thank you very much. And she heads off away. So you sat there, you wait for about probably about 20 minutes, and then Omar delivers your meals personally. Says, I hope you thoroughly enjoy. And plonks them down on the table. And then NN comes around with the tankard of cider each as well. So you sat there in peace, enjoying the beautiful kind of the the smells of the tavern. It looks really nice and clean. It's quite a nice place to kind of visit. Wondering, maybe we could stay the night here if it's such a nice place. You're wondering how much it might be if it comes to that. But as you sat there digging into your goose and blue cheese, suddenly you hear it's someone running down a path in your direction, and a man just comes to the door, out of breath, completely out of breath, leaning on the door frame with one arm. He says, "Help! My daughter's been kidnapped by goblins."
Goblins. I hate goblins.
Playing on the edge of the field whilst I worked. I heard a scream. I saw her being carried off towards the old prospector's hut. Help! Can anyone help me?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Dagobon?
I think I'm thinking what you're thinking. Let's go.
Let's leave this tavern. People getting kidnapped or whatever. Let's go to the next town.
Let's up at the head.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, obviously. That's what we're going to do.
Everyone in the tavern's turned round at this point, and a gentleman at the bar he stands up and says, "Last thing we need is goblins causing problems for the village, but we don't have any guards or any security. We're only a small place. We've not had a need. Could take a couple of weeks to get support from Portadelas, but really this issue needs to be dealt with swiftly for everyone's safety. Is anyone able to help at all?"
You have my bow.
And my axe.
You got 2 hand axes, actually. Yes, so yeah.
You can only have this one. This one I'm keeping.
Has sentimental value. His wife gave him that one.
That's fantastic news. Can't really give you much we haven't got much in the town funds. Probably stretch to maybe 100 gold pieces each. It's quite an urgent thing. If you're able to get this goblin situation sorted quickly, then 100 gold pieces each will be yours. I'm the town master, by the way. My name's Weston Tolkemere. Pleased to meet you.
You know, usually breaking out of, not that I'm doing a character voice, but usually I would maybe try and barter. But given that we're young adventurers and we're looking for kind of thing and it's new, I'd say let's just go, yeah, this is amazing. 100 gold pieces to do amazing work. Like, come on, let's do it.
Chuck in another meal and it's a deal.
Yes.
And
you know what? If you can get us a barrel of that amazing cider, have you got a...
Oh. Well, if you're able to get this sorted, it'll be on the house. Actually...
Plus the meal.
Yeah, I've already said it now. I should have got you to make a persuasion check on that one.
You can do it if you want.
Go on then, give me a persuasion check.
Can Dave do it?
You what? What have I got to do?
That was a nat 1.
Natural 1. So Dave, you can see there's a long bar on your street going down the middle.
Yep.
There should be a persuasion. It's in alphabetical order. So if you just tap
persuasion, yeah. Am I tapping on the number, yeah?
Yep.
So did I say that? You
12.
give us some more of the cider.
12, but it was originally a -1, so I'm on 11.
You're on 11. Okay. And then kind of looks at you both and says, well, we can't really afford a whole barrel of the cider, but I will certainly get you a couple of rounds of that cider in. It's as much as we can afford at the moment.
Deal.
We don't want to take advantage of you. We just love your food and drink so much.
Brilliant. So the gentleman
Dear
who's
sir,
kind of...
What is your name? What is your name, sir?
I've got it written down here. My name is Jethro Lonstalk. I'm local farmer here. I've got a farm on the outskirts over by near the prospector's hut, the old prospector's hut. He was a bit of a hermit, a bit of a recluse. He died about several months ago now. His name is Ivor Inklin. He kept a small mine. I saw your eyes on that one. He kept a small mine. He was convinced he'd find gold there, but he never let on to anything. He passed away, as I said, several months ago, and no one's claimed his land or his mine or anything. And as far as we know, he's not got any relatives. I can take you straight there. There were just too many goblins for me to tackle by myself. Maybe one I might have given it a try, but they're feisty little things.
Are you able to assist us in this battle?
I don't have any weapons. I can point you in the direction, but
he has 2 axes.
I can make a persuasion check for me.
Right, this is me. All right, let's see if I can do better than last time. Nat 20 from one to the other.
Am I doing the same thing or not?
No, you don't need to. That's fine.
You don't need to. Perfect.
Yeah. So
says,
just for Dave's, should we explain, because I keep saying nat, what that means?
Oh, natural. So normally when you had the physical dice, you're doing it virtually at the moment through the website.
Yeah.
Most of your rolls will be done through a 20-sided dice. Okay. And if you got a 20, that'll be classed as a natural 20. And now if you're in combat, that actually means a critical hit. So even if their armor class, you don't reach the armor class, it still hits. Okay. So it doubles the damage that you cause. So it's well worth having. If, on the other hand, you roll a natural 1, then some bad things could happen instead. And it's definitely a critical fail. So, yeah, but all the other numbers are kind of free game. But those 2 are kind of key excitement points, I suppose. Anyway, Jethro, he says, yeah, absolutely. It's my daughter. I'll do anything to get her back. I don't have. I suppose I've got my farming fork. I can take that with me. It's a little bit.
You know
stabby.
What? My friend here has 2 axes, and he was going to lend you one, but I have a sword that you can use. Are you proficient with a sword?
I've never used a sword in my life. I really wouldn't know what to do.
But you're good with your farming tools.
I've got my fork. We'll pass by the farm on the way there, so I'll be able to get that, and I'll do whatever I can. But yes.
Okay. You stay behind us. We'll keep you safe.
Thank you. I've never done anything like this before. It's so scary. Okay, so unless there's anything else you want to do in the village, you'll head off. Jethro leading the way. His farm's about 20-25 minutes outside of the village, and he walks as fast as he can. He's still quite exhausted from just running there in the first place. Stops by the farm. He gets a couple of items, like a sickle he hangs on his around his waist, and then his fork he uses for gathering all the hay.
Does
and
he
stuff.
have any weapons or tools that we may be able to use as well to carry along with us?
You have a look in his barn whilst he's kind of preparing himself, and you've got a scythe, you've got some larger, a lot of the other implements are kind of would normally be hooked onto the back of a horse or a bull for ploughing and stuff like that. So not really a massive amount of anything compared to your swords and axes. They really don't compare, and they don't look as sharp.
Okay, we'll leave them for now.
You might be at a disadvantage if you went for any of those. Yeah. Okay, so he then leads you on towards the old prospector's hut. As you approach it, you can see it's a wonky wooden shack. It looks about 20 or 30 foot. 20 by 30 foot in size. Wooden paneling running around it, and the front has a small window with curtains on the inside, and front door has a step leading up to it. outside the door, you've got a couple of pots. Yeah.
Can I check for footprints or any tracks?
Can give me a perception check.
15.
Yeah. You can see from here there are some tracks heading towards a small hillside. Maybe 100 yards away. The path there seems to be well trodden. Could have been from the previous owner, from Ivor. But you can see there is a little bit of muddy ground here and there, and you can see some smaller footprints in there. So you suspect they could well be goblins.
Okay. How many are we talking? Do we have an idea from the prince? Or he's already told us what he saw.
Not from the prince, but he says he saw at least 5 goblins carry off his daughter. So you know you're dealing with at least 5.
Okay. All right. So we better keep our wits about us. They could be anywhere from here to where we're going.
Mm-hmm. So you're at the shack. There is an outhouse, small outhouse there as well, and a small shed attached to the side of the shack.
Creating that detail really makes me want to go to the toilet. So I'm like, that cider has gone right through me. Excuse me a moment. You might want to search the shack while I'm relieving myself.
Omar toddles off to the outhouse, whilst Dagobond, you look over the shack. There is a lock on the outside of the door.
Have you got a key?
No one's given you a key. And give me an investigation check on the lock.
So is that me? What am I doing? Am I hitting the investigation? The number?
That long one going down. There should be investigation in there. Tapping the number next to it.
17.
Oh, excellent. So looking at the lock, it does look like an old lock. A little bit rusted. And you think with a little bit of brute force, you might be able to break the lock off the door.
Break it with my axe.
If you want to use your axe. So what I'd like you to do in that case is make... let's go for an athletics check. So same column that you were in just then. There should be athletics.
+5 at the moment. So if I hit that.
Yeah.
We are on 10.
You try to kind of knock it a few times, tapping it quite heavily with your axe, and it seems to be holding its ground. It's not been able to break it open just yet. Do you want to call over your friend to see if he can assist?
He's got a little bit more height on me.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if a real man can do this.
I'll remember that for later.
What are we doing? Is it strength?
Athletics check.
Athletics. 11.
11. Again, you're not able to break the lock or anything like that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Is there a window open?
There is a window to the side. It doesn't appear to be open. If you want to run a quick investigation on that.
Yeah.
Should we both look at it?
So is that
can do if you like.
Yeah.
Investigation, yeah.
17.
Same. Brilliant. So you can see it's a very basic window, and it looks like it's just been hammered into place, the frame and everything. There aren't any hinges on it, but you could probably quite easily break it and climb in that way if you wanted to. Can
we see what's in there through the window?
From your roll, there are curtains on the other side, and they appear to be closed. There is a little bit of a gap, and you can probably make out a bed and a fireplace, but it's pretty dark in there at the moment, so you can't necessarily see.
Can we hear anything?
From your investigation, you gave a quick listen. No sound coming from it at all.
You know what? I think there's not too much I think your daughter's life is in peril. We don't really need to search this. We can see where they've gone to. So I think maybe we should make a move for wherever these goblins are gone before they do something nasty to it.
Follow the track.
Okay. So he leads you on. He says, I haven't really gone any further than here. Once or twice came over to Ivor's shack just to say hello or kind of borrow something, but we never really talked that much otherwise. So I really have not really visited his mine at all. But I'm going to be behind you at this point. I'll have to take your judgment. So looking at there is a trail, a little worn down trail that's heading off towards the hillside. And as you follow it, you can see it's starting to head a little bit downhill towards the bottom of the hill. And you can just make out a small opening there by some bushes.
All right. Can we approach stealthily towards the bushes? I reckon what we should do. I reckon what we should do is go to the bushes. Maybe make a loud noise out the front of this opening, so they'll come out and we'll be behind the bushes. They won't see us, and we could maybe do a sneak attack on them. What do you think?
Let's give that a go.
Yeah.
Better than what I had in my head.
What were you going to do?
I'm a dwarf.
Into the hole.
So I'd like you both to make a stealth check.
Both of them.
Right. Yeah.
Both of you make a stealth check.
Now, for the sake of this,
you do have disadvantage. I think it might be because of the chainmail armor you're wearing.
Yeah.
Is a little bit louder. So just to explain what advantage and disadvantage means. If you had advantage in a situation, you would roll 2 d20s and roll the higher number. And choose the higher number. If you had disadvantage, you roll 2 d20s and you choose the lower number. Now, I've got a feeling it might automatically roll it for you and decide.
So do you want me to hit that number? Yeah.
Yes.
The stealth. Roll? So I know I'm doing the right one. Yeah. 25. Yeah. You rolled on that, didn't you?
25.
What's your roll, Dave?
16 in total.
That's with 16. A nat 20 as well.
Now I've got does it automatically? No, it doesn't do it with disadvantage. Right, it doesn't automatically roll the disadvantage roll. So I'd like you to roll it again there, please, Dave. Stealth again.
9.
So because you had disadvantage, you take the lower number. So you rolled a 9 in this case. So Omar is sneaking ahead. You can't hear a sound from him. It's like the wind. It's just nothing. And Omar, as you're kind of approaching, what you hear from behind you is a ching, 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 ching. Dagobond is trying to stealthily tiptoe behind you. And
I'm going to try and hand signal. So I'm like, for him, go the other side. So because you've got bushes either side.
Okay.
Other than with my hands. I'm going to get the farmer's going to come behind me.
Yeah, because they're going to follow me.
Yeah. No, the farmer comes with me. So I'm like, as best as possible. What? Stealthy.
So as you approach the entrance, suddenly from out of the bushes, 2 goblins jump out and start attacking you with their bows and arrows. So what I'd like you to do now at this point is to roll initiative, please.
So the initiative, yeah?
Yes.
Did they still see me then? I guess I'm stealthy, but they're not that stealthy.
No, they jump out and they start attacking Dagobond in this case.
Right.
4.
That was a 4, was it?
And I got 14. You know what? I'm gonna use D&D Beyond so you can see the roll as well, because you can see it, can't you, when I press it?
Can do, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's more fun if you're honest with what you roll. If you're rolling it in secret, because it's enjoyable seeing the mistakes that happen and all the chaos when things go wrong. But it's equally as entertaining when you get that nat 20 and it's like, yes, it's cheating on it is kind of it ruins the game a little bit. But anyway, so Dagabond, you had a 4.
Yeah.
And Omar, what did you get?
14.
14. Fantastic. So, what did the goblins get?
What did our friend get as well? The farmer.
Oh, that's a fair point. I'm going to roll a separate one for him. He got a 13, so he will be just
behind me. Well, he is right behind me. Makes sense.
Brilliant. So, Omar and Jethro, it was Jethro, wasn't it? You're approaching from one side, and
Jethro Longstalk.
Dagabond, you approaching from the other side, and the goblins hear you coming. They jump out and they want to attack you. So, at the top of the list, though, we see Omar and Jethro. So you actually, before the goblins get a chance to attack, you get to go first. So you see them jump out and you can quickly, they're about 15 feet away from you.
Can I quickly say to Jethro, do you recognize them? Can I get that in quick enough beforehand, or is there not enough time? Because I'm happy to.
Probably not enough time.
Okay.
But if you want to say that as a free action, yeah.
Can I say that as I'm thinking my bow? Because I don't want to fire at goblins necessarily if they're.
That's fine. So as you're firing, I mean, I suppose you can look at him and say, "Are these the goblins?" And he says, "They all look the same to me."
Wow.
Yeah, you suddenly realize he might be goblinist. Anyway, he's a simple farmer. He knows no better. What are you doing? I mean, they're jumping out and they're attacking your friends.
The tracks are there. He said his daughter's been kidnapped. I mean, we're taking him at his word. There is a very good chance he's lying.
There was 5 of them.
Yeah, and we're going to kill these goblins because he's said that he might not even have a daughter. But for the sake of this, I'm going to aim for the head.
Okay.
So you're attacking goblin. Yeah.
But I'm assuming that they're attacking us first, yeah?
Well, yeah, they did spring out.
They spring out, okay.
Yeah.
But I suppose you're not all aware that they were there in the first place, so it is a bit more of a surprise.
So you are with that? Okay, but I was stealthy.
You are all surprised. You were being stealthy, but you weren't aware they were there.
They're true.
And so in this case, they will actually get to go first. So
okay, let's do that.
Using the bows and arrows, first goblin's going to, they only hear and see Dagabond, so they're going to go for you there. Now, you've got your shield out ready, so it has increased your armor class up to 18. So the first one rolls to attack with short bow. That's a 16 plus 4, so that's a hit. That's 20.
Wow.
Damn it.
Yeah, damage is 1d6 plus 2, which is 3. So you take 3 piercing damage. So in the top right-hand corner where you've got your hit points, you can just hit in that little box and type 3 and then press the damage button underneath it.
Where am I hitting?
I will show you on here.
Corner.
Oh, hit points. So am I going in there and I'm putting what in there? What number?
3. And then you press the damage button underneath.
And then hit the damage underneath, yeah? Perfect.
Press the heal button. Press the heal button.
No, don't press the heal button. All right, the second one jumps out and shoots as well. Also a high number, 15 plus.
This is at me as well.
At you as well, 15 plus 4. So that's a 19, which does still hit. And also 3
with your noisy armor, Dagabond.
Right, 3 in there.
So it's another 3 again, yeah. So in total, you've taken 6 hit points from them.
Yep.
That is their turn. Omar, It is your turn. You're top of the
Yes.
round.
Yeah. All right.
So you want to
the closest one.
go for
If
it.
it's if I roll really well, is there a possibility that I'll be able to get 2? Like, are they lined up?
How many attacks are you able to do per round? You're an elf.
I've got 2 weapon fighting, but it's only attacks per round is 1. But no, what I'm thinking is, can the arrow go through one of them into the other one?
Unlikely. No, they're not lined up in that way.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go for the closest one.
Okay. Roll to attack.
There you go. 23.
That's definitely a hit. Yes.
Roll for damage. Head. Go for the head. Oh, yeah. Oh, damage is this one. Oh, not so good.
4 damage?
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. So you draw back your is it your longbow, yeah?
Yeah.
Draw back your longbow and you let go, and you're aiming for the head, but a little gust of wind caught it and it just knocks him up. It catches him hard in the shoulder and he falls to the ground onto his knees as this arrow sticking out of his shoulder. He does look pretty badly wounded already. That's anything else you can do on your turn?
Not from this range. How far away are we from them?
I would say about 15 feet. So if you want to, move, but then you haven't got any other attacks, have you?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. So I could I've got Misty Step. So Misty Step lets me move, or I've got my movement, and I could move towards them. But I'm an archer. If I get too close, then
you'd have disadvantage.
I shoot at disadvantage, like you had before with your stealth check. So I wouldn't want to do that. Just explaining to Dave why I'm doing that.
Fine.
In fact, so I'm going to move. I think I should move closer to where Dagobond is.
Okay.
Because we were splitting up.
Yeah, the goblins are in between you and Dagobond.
Oh, okay,
so
right.
We both
Let's not do that.
15 foot away from them.
Is there any cover nearby then?
You've got some bushes near you.
Yeah. Could I get to that cover in
yeah,
movement?
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't go past them.
You wouldn't go past them, but they know that you're there now because you've shot them already.
But it'll be harder for them to hit me.
Yes. Yes, it would give you some cover. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to move.
Jethro, on the other hand, dives into action with his pitchfork and runs towards the one you just hit and tries to stab it with his pitchfork. Okay. He got a 16 to roll. Their armor class is 15, so that's a hit.
Yes. Go, Jethro.
Actually, because he is prone, he's on the floor, actually gets advantage, but that was a natural one, so it's a 16 I get on that one. Yes. Piercing damage, takes 4 piercing damage. Oh, yes. Well, you can see he's got him straight in the jugular. The goblin is bleeding out all on the floor. And yeah, that goblin is dead. Dagobond, it is your turn. We've had these 2 goblins jump out and attack you with their short bows. Omar and Jethro have retaliated and killed one of them, but you've still got one goblin about 10 feet away from you, roughly.
So does my hand axe throw 20 dis?
You can either throw the hand axe or you can run up to it and attack it hands-on with the hand axe. Or you can use your longsword if you prefer.
I've got 2 axes, haven't I? So I might throw the first one.
Okay.
So what am I doing?
So on axes.
2 hand axes.
What screen have you got up there? So on the right-hand side, where you've got like actions, equipment, features, and traits, you've chosen actions. Yep. You've got all highlighted underneath that. Yep. You should have hand axe and hand axe. So just click on that +5 next to.
Just axe, yeah.
Either one will do, yeah.
2, so that's 7.
7. Okay, that's a miss.
Yeah.
Now you do. I think I gave you 2 weapon fighting option in this, which means that normally, if you, as a bonus action, you can use your other hand and attack with that as well. Okay, normally you would have a small disadvantage of that. You wouldn't get as many benefits, but because you're a fighter, we've chosen it as one of the features. You don't lose out on the benefits. So if you want to attack as a bonus action, you can do that and try. You can either throw or you can run up and hit. It's entirely up to you.
It was just to get your eye in.
Yeah, I'll run up with my long sword if that's okay.
Okay, yeah. Actually, the long sword. Yes, you can still use it with one hand.
Can I still use it? Yeah.
Oh no, wait! It has to be a simple weapon for.
So it has to be the hand axe, yeah.
It'll have to be the hand axe. Yes.
So am I hitting the +5 on the other hand axe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
24.
Yes.
24.
It was 19
Nice.
+5. Yeah, 24.
Beautiful. That is a hit. So can you then click on the damage next to it there, where it says 1d6 +3?
On that one, yeah. So am I hitting that one? Yeah.
Yep.
And that is 3. So it's 6. 6 in total.
6 damage. You run up to it. So after throwing the first axe and missing by a mile, the goblin kind of watches it fly by his head. He turns round as he sees you lunging towards him with the other hand axe. Did you throw it, or were you running and hitting him with it?
Run and hit him.
Yeah.
So you lunged towards him, and you managed to get right in his chest. You surprised him on that, and it was 6 damage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Boom. He looked severely wounded. He could drop at any moment, but it is his turn, and he is surprised and shocked by all this. And his mates died, so he's going to try and make a run for it into the cave, into the entrance. Now, as he's escaping, you do get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
So if you want to, you can use your axe again and try hitting him one more time.
Yeah, why not? Same axe, yeah.
Same axe.
Do you want to explain attack of opportunity? That might be a good one as well.
Yes.
Well, I've just done it.
Was that a nat
Brilliant.
20?
I think so. It was a +5, so it was a nat 20. Yeah.
So you can use your reaction on at any time. You get 1 reaction per round. Okay. So if someone is trying to escape from you within combat, or they run past you during combat, an enemy, you can actually use whatever weapon you have in your hand to try and attack it as it runs by or tries to run away. And if you want to hit the damage, let's see how much damage you caused.
13.
He had 1 hit point left anyways. You've completely bludgeoned him.
Can this be as he's running away, he throws it into the back of his head, and it like splits his head open or something like that?
No, it will be a melee attack, unfortunately.
I just like the visual. He's like running away, and he goes
as he's turning away. Yes, you can certainly lunge and catch him in the back of his skull, and he goes down. Both goblins out for the count.
All right.
Right.
What have we learned from this, Dagobond?
Don't wear chainmail to a fight.
Stealth is not a good option for dwarves in chainmail. Let's put it that way.
Jethro, you monster! You absolutely destroyed that goblin.
Also learned that Jethro's got hidden depths we didn't know about.
Yeah.
I don't know what came into me. I was just so mad. I just kind of went for it.
It's a father's instinct, maybe.
I might faint.
Goblinist.
Okay. Great.
All right.
So you are out of combat at this point.
Okay.
Right.
Dagobond's looking a little bit worse for wear. Yes. How many hit points do you have? Dave, how many do you have left?
Where am I looking?
Top right.
Top right hand corner.
7.
7. All right, and you took. So do you have 13 in total? Was it 6?
13 max, 7
Yeah.
current. Says.
Right.
And Jethro pipes up and says, well, if you want, my daughter picked me some, we've got a goodberry bush, which is on the farm. I can give you some good berries and they should help a little bit. And he hands you 5, they look like gooseberries, but they are referred to as good berries. And if you want to try them, Dave?
Do we know? Do we need to do like a nature? Do we know about good berries? Is that like something we know about? Yeah.
Give me a nature check, both of you.
All right, I'll do it.
All right, nature check. Do you want to go first, Jace?
Yeah, 17.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 for me.
So, Dagobond, you've never seen these berries before, but Omar, you are aware of good berries. They've been known to heal up. They're not very powerful, but they can help people heal up wounds and things like that. So you know.
Do I know how to use them? So is it eating or applying it? Like
you've seen someone actually eating them and get healed up a little bit.
Do you remember what's his name? George from the village.
George.
He had some. I saw him use some good berries back in the day.
Well, I trust you.
Yeah,
grown up together.
You know what? We'll have one together.
Okay, you go first.
Jethro goes first. You can have a good berry, Jethro.
He's only got 5, so says, "Well, thank you very much."
No, that's it's
I'm
fine.
not injured.
Try one and see how you go.
If you don't trust me, he eats it. He pops one in his mouth.
Okay.
And he said, "Oh, it's helped calm my nerves a bit. That's quite good." Here, he offers the others to you.
I'll take them gladly.
Great. So there's 4 good berries left. They give you 4 healing hit points back. So same box in the top right-hand corner where you put damage, type 4, and then tap the heal button.
4 and then heal.
Yeah.
To 11.
That will give you 4 of your hit points back. Yeah. Excellent.
Cool.
So there you are at the mouth of the mine entrance. Now, you did make a bit of noise.
Okay.
Question is whether anyone inside heard you. You don't know.
Is there any torches or light anywhere?
I have dark vision. I don't know if you do.
You're a dwarf. You should have dark vision as well, Dagobond.
Where am I looking?
Bottom left-hand corner.
Bottom left-hand corner.
No, sorry, not bottom left. Over to the side, halfway down. I mean,
I'll show you.
Left-hand side.
Wait a minute. I'm not, because I can't see you on the screen, Chase, at the moment.
There's a little box on the left-hand side that says sensors at the bottom, and just above that, it will say dark vision, 60 foot.
So you've got passive wisdom, passive investigation, passive perception, investigation, insight. Yeah.
Is it under features or traits or anything like that?
Yeah, it is there as well. But features and traits has it as well, yeah.
Yeah, so if I look in features and traits, it'll tell us there, yeah?
Yeah.
But for a quicker use, over on the left-hand side instead, halfway up, you should see a box that says sensors at the bottom.
So top left-hand corner, you've got saving throws, then you've got sensors, and just above sensors is dark vision on the left-hand side.
One second.
To the left
Show me on yours. Do your little move around on there.
Yeah, here. For quick. So you've got sensors.
Passive.
And then just under there, yeah.
Dark vision, 60 foot.
Yeah, there we go. Cool. It is also in features and traits, like you said, and you might have to scroll down to find it.
Cool. Right. So what I don't need to do anything though at this point.
No, this is just a racial feature you have that dwarves have, elves have. Humans don't have this, so they can't see very well in dark. There's a few other races as well with a similar issue, but you have dark vision, which means you can see further than the standard human could. And you can see there is a pathway down the tunnel. There's no light that you can make out from from outside. It is still bright and sunny outside, so it's not going to be very easy to tell.
Can we hear anything?
Okay, if you want to make an investigation check for me, or actually give me a perception check on that.
Perception. Okay. Thanks.
I'll hit mine. And mine is 15 for me. 12 and plus 3.
20 for me.
Fantastic. So you give a little listen, and you wait for about 20 or 30 seconds trying to listen. You hear a little bit of scuffling around in there, and you hear some faint voices, but you can't make out anything that's said. It's like a very faint noise in the cave.
What would you do, Omar?
I was just thinking, do you want to do call mummy? Call for help? You know, like in Thor. It's like I'll carry you, pretend that you're injured, and then no. I think what we should do is my original plan. Are you up for that? So you're going to make a lot of noise at the entrance. Jethro and I are going to hide in the bushes either side, and we'll see if they come them out as soon as you see them. So you're ready. You're going to try and dive for the bushes if anything comes out. So you're going to make. So instead of being stealthy,
I'm going to get hit again. Is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, get ready. Get your shield up. Do a dance. But I want to see,
Do we know that? Do we think that she's in there?
Jethro, do you reckon this is where?
What is she called?
I mean, looking at
we haven't even asked. What's your daughter's name?
My daughter, her name is. I've got it written down here.
Oh wow. He thinks
Libby.
that maybe
Libby Lonstalk.
Libby.
Yes, she's 8 years old. She's got beautiful blonde hair, and she's quite playful, a bit of a tomboy, but she's my daughter. I love her, and I need her back. Ever since her mother died, it's just been the two of us.
So we've got a choice. We can either coax them out, but there's no guarantee they're going to bring Libby out. Or how stealthy are you as going in? Because obviously I'm not.
Ooh. Gonna send me in, eh?
Mm-hmm. You know where
Shall we flip a coin?
Let's do it.
I don't have a coin. Do you have a coin, Tim?
I do, actually, yes. So I've got a special coin here. It's got a dragon's head on one side and a shield on the other.
Okay.
You're
the youngest, you can call.
What are the options?
Heads, I go stealth.
Yeah.
Tails, we go noisy dance with us waiting in the wings.
Outside. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a heads.
What was that?
Damn it.
Give stealth.
Why do you always win the coin tosses? I shouldn't have agreed to this. Damn it.
So you're trying to sneak in stealthily,
right.
Yeah?
Stealth, yeah.
Is it just you and yourself, or
yeah? You guys
everyone?
wait out here, because if it gets hot, I'm gonna hot foot it out on the thing. If you hear me make a sound of a yeah, then that means come and get me. Otherwise, if you hear then that means get ready. Yeah.
Great.
Right?
Okay. So you're going to stealth in.
Yeah.
So I'd like you to make a stealth check, please.
Yeah. Oh.
What'd you get?
Nat 20 again.
Nice.
And you know that I haven't just been
it's coming up on my screen. I can see.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you are as quiet as a mouse. Now you start heading down the tunnel. It's about 30 feet long. And there are small kind of little alcove areas to the side where you can see there's mining equipment that's been left. And then you see it open up. And there is a small kind of fire towards the back, a little campfire towards the back of the cave. It's a largish cave. It goes on for about 40 feet. There's a few crates scattered around. And there are some things just out. Oh no, it's got the light at the end. So you can see there is a cage in that case. Just towards the back. But it is dark. You can't make out much.
I can't make out much. Can I check for traps or anything like that?
Yeah. Roll an
investigation.
Traps whereabouts?
In like sort of the like near where I am, so the entrance of the cave, and if I can see anything near the cage as well at the other end, but you're saying I can only barely make it out. Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Eight.
You're pretty sure you can't see any traps.
So this is the point where like at that point I know that I probably don't have the greatest idea, but as far as the character is aware, there is nothing.
You don't detect any traps, and you can't really. You think you might see a figure in that cage, but you can't make out. There's a couple of boxes, crates near
a bit stealth, so around the outside of the cave. Can I still stay in darkness?
You can, yes. So give me another stealth check then, please.
Yeah, I thought you'd make me do it again.
Of course I would.
Yes. 20.
20, that's good. So yeah, you start to make your way around the edge of the... Which way are you going, left or right? Around the edge of the cave?
Are the crates in a way that I could move behind them?
Crates are towards the left-hand side, towards the back. So yes.
Yeah. Is there room? Is there room behind them so that I can be stealthy, crouch down behind them, and then around and get to the cave?
Potentially. Give me a perception check again.
Okay. Can I not see this with my dark vision?
You can.
11.
11. Okay. Yes, you can see there are some gaps. You can start to make your way around very quietly, very sneakily. There are some crates. As you are approaching the first crate, you suddenly see a little bit of movement from behind it.
Behind the crate?
Mm-hmm.
So can I stop and look at, like, still stealthy, and can I try and make out what that is, or like can I duck behind? Am I in open area, or
you're
can
up
I be
against the wall?
Okay.
Essentially, you've been sneaking round, keeping low, keeping quiet against the wall, staying in the shadow as much as you can. And you start to hear a little whisper in Goblin going, going to and forth. So you don't know. They're whispering to each other.
Do you speak Goblin?
Do you speak Goblin?
No, I speak Common and Elvish. But it's not set, but I do have a favored enemy. If my favored enemy was Goblin, I would be able to understand it, right?
Yes. Go on. I mean, this is something that should have been covered right at the beginning. But
sorry.
Sake, that's okay. We'll assume that you do have
set,
that.
Yeah.
So, yes, you hear him say, I don't see him come in yet. Should we go out? No, stand your ground. We're safer here. Your options at the moment, you're in the dark. They don't know you're here. You do have the element of surprise.
I want to, yep. So I can dual wield. So I'm going to pull out.
You can dual wield.
I've got two weapon fighting. So
Excellent.
I can,
okay.
So I've got two short swords. So I want to pull them out, and I want to do a surprise attack on them. So I want to jump over the crate, like jump onto the crate. Yeah. With them like ready to like stab down on. Can I stab them both at the same time if I've got?
Well, you saw movement. You don't know how many are behind the crate. So let's roll for initiative at this point, seeing as you are taking the initiative.
Surprise! As I'm doing this, So as this action, well, do I not get the element of surprise of it? But okay, we'll
you
do
initiative. But we still
I
need
want to make
initiative.
the woo sound as I'm jumping and thing. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Give me 1 second.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
So does Dave get to roll initiative as well?
Dave, if you can as well, just for
obviously he's like 60 odd foot back or 40 odd foot back.
Yeah. About
roll an initiative, yeah.
40 or 50 feet back, yes.
Oh God. 2.
I rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12. Okay. And okay. So
Jethro as well.
I'm outside anyway, but
Jethro's outside with you as well. So Jethro rolls. He rolls a 2 as well. So there we go.
You can run in together. Well, it takes a while for it to echo and for you to realize.
Very
so that
true.
makes sense.
So you jump up on the box, short swords in hands, and you can see, as you look down, you can see 1 goblin behind this crate, and you can see 2 further goblins over to your right.
Damn it.
So you have the element of surprise. So I'd like you, if you want to attack, you can do so. Do you have...
If you attack, will you be able to then get out?
What I would be like is potentially attack and then move like behind one of the crates so that they can't hit me quickly if they've got arrows or whatever. If I can take this one out, but I'll attack it and then
because I'm thinking if you can take at least one of them out, if not 2,
and then run back to the entrance of the cave. Yeah.
Me and Jethro can be waiting there.
Oh yeah, I've got Misty Step. Oh, but that's my action, isn't it?
That's a bonus action.
It's bonus. Yes. All right. Yeah. Good shout, Dave.
Okay. Okay. So if you are jumping out attacking, are you attacking?
Yes, I am. So I should probably roll to attack, shouldn't I?
You should.
11.
11 does not. Let me just double check. No.
Do I have advantage of the surprise?
I was double checking on that. Give me a second. Until one of these situations, surprise neither side. If you're surprised, you can't move or take action on your first turn of combat, and you can't take a reaction until that turn ends. Member of group can be surprised even if the other members aren't. No, you don't get advantage.
Okay.
But
11.
If that is your 11, you miss. But
damn it,
you are top of the next round, so you could go for your attack as your.
Yes, I want to go for the attack again. So
actually, before we do that, because we are doing this by round, so you've done your first attack. The goblins skip theirs because they are surprised.
Yeah.
And from outside, Dagobond and Jethro hear, cuckoo, whatever it is. Are you going to run in? You do have your turns.
Would it be tactically advantageous to run in or not?
It's entirely up to you.
You could make your way in slower. It's up to you. But you're right.
I'll leave Jethro. We'll leave Jethro outside because I don't think he'll be outside. I'll come in.
Okay, so you have your normal walking speed to 25 feet. You can move 25 feet in if you want, but if you want to use your action as well, you could move another 25 feet on top of that. So you could potentially run in and catch up to where Dagobond is.
I see what you were saying,
to where Omar is.
So if we, I did want to say, I was going to retcon because I was saying, I get what Dave's pointing out is that I'm basically the bait for the trap.
Yeah.
So I could go out and get them to follow me out.
Follow you out.
Oh, you could.
Yeah. So can I change my to a scream? Is that okay? I know it's retconning it. But
go on then. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll let you do that. As soon as you're learning and there's an opportunity. Yes.
I'll stay outside, and then you do your escape. So in my turn, does that mean I can just say I'm going to stay? Or do I have to do?
You can stay. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay.
And if you want, you can ready an action.
Yeah.
You can have your hand axe ready. You can ready your action. So as soon as one goblin pops out, you can use your reaction to attack it straight away if you want.
Longsword I can use in one hand, and axe I can use in one hand. Yeah.
Longsword, no. The longsword is a heavier weapon. So if you want to use 2 weapons and use the dual wielding, then the hand axes. Yeah.
Yeah. Throw
Jethro
one,
ready with
wield the other like you did last time was a good idea.
Scythe might be better for Jethro, but that's obviously not.
Okay, so Omar, you're running out, yes?
Yeah. So what I'm going to take I'm going to take the attack and use. So because I've attacked, haven't I? And missed. Can I attack and then Misty Step to the entrance?
Right. So you want to do your second attack on this turn, yes?
Yes. So I want to attack, Misty Step again to the entrance and be like, hey!
And then walk even. Oh,
yeah. and then do I still have movement in that as well?
You do.
Yeah.
So let's do the attack first of all.
So I want to do Misty Step, hey, and then out. Yeah. Let's do the attack roll first. 14.
14 is not a hit. So you swing for it. He's a bit more alert at this point, since you've screamed out loud like a girl, and then he kind of manages to dodge the blade, and then you instantly Misty Step 30 feet away over to the entrance, and you're waving to him. Are you doing an intimidation or a persuasion? Give me a persuasion check.
Yeah, persuasion. Let's do this. Hey.
How many goblins?
Oh, 6.
Oh, not very persuasive. Okay.
Can I be?
You saw 3 goblins in there.
3 goblins. So
yeah.
Yes.
And can I make my movement outwards?
You can, certainly, yes. Let me just double check on. Yeah. Okay. They actually all rolled quite low on that one. So yes. So as you're heading up the exit, you do see them start to leap over the crates, heading towards you.
Oh, good.
Okay. So they're going to use their movement and their action to catch up to you. Their speed is 30 feet per turn. Yeah. So as you are getting to the exit of the cave, they are right behind you, but they've used their action, so they can't attack you.
Right, yeah.
But they are still in the tunnel. Dagobond and Jethro are waiting outside. Now, you can't see anyone ready to attack you.
Oh, I'm screaming as well as I'm going.
Screaming. Fair enough. You can't see anyone to attack yet, but you can ready your action. So as soon as you see one of them, you can use your reaction. As soon as they step out, you can use your reaction to attack with your one of your weapons.
Yep.
You okay for that? Jethro is going to do the same.
Yeah. So am I doing a hit now with hand axe?
Not yet. They're not visible. As soon as they come out of the cave.
Yeah.
Out of the mine.
Hold.
So Omar, your turn again. You're at the exit. You're just by the exit to the mine. Are you going to continue running, or are you going to turn around?
I want to continue running, and I'm putting as I'm running, putting my swords back in, grab my bow, and so I'm continuing running around and whip around and fire.
The first one, which should still be visible.
Yeah.
Go for it. Fire away.
All right.
How far away are you running? 10, 15 feet?
As far as I can run. 30?
30? Yeah, 30 feet it is.
Oh, yeah,
so you're 30 feet away.
My line's turned off. Sorry. 30 feet away, yep.
Yeah.
Am I outside of the cave now?
You are outside of the cave now, and you can see one goblin just inside the entrance.
Just inside the entrance, cool. All right. Attack. Longbow. Oh, God. 8.
8. That's a miss.
Well, to be fair, I'm running out of the cave and I've whipped around and...
Yeah.
So, as long as I don't hit either of my friends, that's fine.
The goblins are following suit, so as soon as they coming out of the cave, Dagobond, do you want to take a swipe at the first goblin that comes out?
So first hand axe, taking a swipe. Oh, Christ. 6.
That's a miss.
Damn it.
Jethro's going to try as well with his. That's a 4. That's rubbish. So you all miss.
Wow.
All 3 goblins running out of the mine entrance. They stop about 15 feet away from the entrance and look around. They've noticed you two swiping at them, and they feel like they're surrounded by you all at this point. So one of them's going to leap for Jethro, and he's going to make a attack with his scimitar. It's a 10 plus 4. That's a hit. Does only take 3 damage. So you can see his scimitar slice into the side of Jethro. The next one goes for Dagobond.
This guy right here.
9 plus 4. That's a 13. That doesn't pass your armor class. So yeah, you lift your shield up and it clangs off the side of that, rebounding. And the last one starts to he gets his bow out and shoots back at Omar. A nat 1. The string on the bow snaps. He's in such a rush, and it slaps him in the eye, catching him in his face. That is their turns. Omar, top of the round. Oh no, wait a minute. It's Dagobond. You're next in the list.
All right. Can I do
one right next to you?
Yeah.
You're in melee combat. One's right next to you, attacking you with a scimitar. He's just clanked it against the shield.
You like? Oh no, because that would get him out of melee range. You don't want to do that.
So melee weapon. So what's going to be more?
You're in melee combat. You'd be better off with something in your hand to attack. I probably at this point, because you've got your shield up as well, you can't have 2 weapons being held.
Okay.
So
I forgot to point that out.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah?
Oh, okay. Well, maybe even if he didn't have his shield up, though, he would have been fine armor class wise. But I guess he did.
Yeah, he still would have been fine armor class. But do you want to drop the shield and use 2 hand axes, or do you want to keep the shield and use the longsword?
I'll keep the shield and use the longsword, please.
I'm
gonna hit longsword. Yeah.
Yeah. Hit the +5 on that.
10.
10. Oh, that's he kind of ducks out of the way on that one. Anything else you can do? You don't really have any bonus actions on that, do you?
No.
No. Right.
Yep.
So I'm assuming unless you want to move.
Oh, he's got second wind.
Second wind? What is second wind?
Once per short rest, you can use a bonus action to regain 1d10 plus 1 hit point. So that's when you're all beaten up. So don't use that yet.
Nope.
That's fine. Okay, Jethro's going to take a lunge at the one next to him, and that is a cocked dice. I'll re-roll that. That's a 3. That's a miss. And in that case, top of the round, Omar.
Yeah. I want to go for the one because the one that the bow's snapped, that's going to take him. He's going to have to switch weapons or whatever.
He is.
So I want to attack the one that's going for, because I know Dagobond can help himself. So I'm going to go for the one that's attacking Jethro.
Okay. Go for it.
Yeah. So I'm going to fire my. Better switch back because I'm on Dave. So there we go. Back. 8.
Sorry, we're running over time. That's a miss. Are we okay for time at the moment?
About 20 minutes. Well, how about
20 minutes?
Give us a
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, that's a miss, I'm afraid. Is that with your longbow?
Yeah, that's with my longbow, yeah.
Yeah, you shoot but misses. Anything else? Movement, bonus actions?
You know what? The longbows aren't working, and I am really protective of Jethro. So as much as I like my longbow, I'm gonna put my longbow away because I've missed, and I'm gonna take out my 2 short swords, and I'm gonna run towards the one near Jethro.
Very well. Okay, you can't make any attack
No.
at this point, but that's fine. Okay, Goblin's turn. So the Goblin tries swiping again at Jethro. That is just below his armor class. So he takes a swipe, but Jethro ducks out of the way. Next Goblin swipes at Dagobond. That's a 5. That's definitely not hitting you.
That shield is doing its job.
Definitely. And third Goblin with he's dropped his bow, he gets out his scimitar and starts charging towards you, Omar.
Okay.
And he attacks. He's got a 12 plus 4, so it's a 16. What's your armor class?
14.
That's a hit in that case. So you take 5 slashing damage from that.
Oh, squidgy. Oh, these characters are so squidgy.
Level 1 characters, they can die so easily. I had an orc kill one of the characters, and he got a nat 20 on a hit and just killed one character outright once. And it's they are squishy at this age. At this point, sorry. Anyway, how many hit points you got left?
6.
Ooh. Right. So that is the Goblin's turn. Dagobond, you're up.
If I put the shield down and take 2 axes out, is that going to give me 2 chances to go for this this Goblin?
Yes.
It is.
I'm going to say yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll do that then. So I'm going to put the shield down, put the long
drop
sword
the
away.
shield.
If he's doing that in the action, I guess no, because that would be classed as an action. You can't knock him prone as you're getting you're putting the shield away.
Yeah. Technically speaking, if you're going by the rules, to change weapons would cost you an action anyway. But I'm doing it as a free action here.
Yeah.
Just to make it easier.
And do we know what his hit points are at the moment, or what I've got to aim for, or do we not get that?
Depending on his armor class, I'll give you. I shouldn't normally give you the information, but his armor class is 15. They do have leather armor on.
Okay, right. I'm going to go for the double hand axe. So I'll hit the first one first. Okay.
Okay.
Come on, Dave. 15's very high, Tim.
15
for a level 1.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
So roll me some damage.
On the same one, yeah. So damage.
Yep.
5.
That's me metagaming.
8
damage.
Wow. You catch him badly and you hack right into his neck. And he's bleeding out on the floor. He is dead. Single swipe. You can now move and use your bonus action to attack with the other weapon if you like.
So can I go for the
one that's on Jethro or the one that's on
I'm thinking Jethro at the moment. Is he in more immediate danger, I would have thought, isn't he?
Yeah, he's taking more damage.
Yeah. So I'll go for that one.
Mm-hmm.
So
go for it.
Hand again. 8. Hit.
8 is a miss, I'm afraid.
Miss. Okay.
That's fine. But you're right next to him. You are kind of making it... Actually, you could roll that one with advantage. I'll say that he's flanking because he's in combat with an ally on the other side.
Roll again.
Roll again.
What, the hand axe again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
22.
That's a definite hit. Give me some damage.
1. Oh, 4.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So you run up and you manage to catch this other goblin in the back. He's not expecting it, and he's kind of squeals out in pain as he suddenly gets this sharp slash across the back. Brilliant. Jethro sees this opportunity and tries to dig his pitchfork in at him. That is an 11. He doesn't. He's kind of just not getting past the armor.
Where's that rage gone, Jethro? Where's that rage gone?
It must have been the good berries calmed me down. I don't know. But top of the list, Omar, it is your turn.
Yeah, so I want to attack the one that's just dealt a blow to me
with
my sword, because I've got the sword out now. I'm in melee range, I know.
Yeah, go for it.
So, come on. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Oh, I thought it was a 1, but it's still not enough. It's 12.
No. I mean, technically, all 5 of you are in close combat with each other. So you could, if you want to, I'll say you've got advantage on that one because you do have an ally within 5 feet of you as well. Although that's...
You're being very nice to us, Tim.
I'm being too nice in this case, I know. 24.
He could
give me some damage.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm getting it confused with the sneak attack thing, but never mind.
Yeah.
Right, you give him a nasty blow with that slashing damage. He's still up and running, but he is bleeding quite badly. The goblin that is just taking a wound.
Can I say to the, as I stab him?
Yeah.
Can I say you're going to pay for taking the girl? In intimidation. I want to intimidate him. I want to make him fearful.
Roll for intimidation.
15.
Yeah, he after the blow he's taken, he is looking pretty terrified at the moment. I would say he's frightened, definitely. The goblin that's just received a blow from Dagobond still strikes out at Jethro. No, actually, he's going to turn around and see Dagobond take a swing at him instead. And that is a 9 + 4. That's a miss. Because without your shield, you are down to 60 in armor class, aren't you? And drop the shield option from that. That's fine. Okay. Yes, so he misses Dagobond. Are we still there? Yeah.
Yeah.
That he can't really move anywhere because he is literally trapped. The other one that has just received a blow from Omar looks terrified. He's too terrified to fight back. And I think he tries to make a run for it. So, Omar, if you want to make an attack of opportunity on that.
You can't do grapple of opportunity, can you? That was the thing I did.
No, you can't.
Because I want to pin him down. Like, I don't want to necessarily kill him at this point. But given that we've gone this far, let's do it. Let's attack him.
Patrick Rothfuss. Yes.
22.
That's a hit. You don't even need to roll for damage. He was on 1 hit point.
I got 9.
Yeah, mate, you decapitate him.
Just slice him down.
As he makes a break for it, he is gone.
Yeah.
Which leaves the one goblin. Omar, you've got 1 goblin left. Sorry, Dagobond, it's your turn. You've got 1 goblin left in front of you.
Yep. So
he's taking a swing at you and missed. You going to attack?
Still go for the 2 axes again. Yeah.
You can do. Yep. Go for it.
6. So that's not going to be a hit.
Miss. No. Second attack.
Go for the second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
8. Still a miss.
No. Still a miss. So even though he's saying
that he's another 2 attempts to get him though, so I should be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. So Jethro's then going to give an attempt to attack as well. Oh, Jethro, you got a 16. That's a hit.
Oh, yes.
With his,
he felt the rage again.
So as he's been distracted by Dagobond attacking, Jethro gets his pitchfork and right in the back. 3 hit points, just enough to pierce through the heart of the last goblin. And you see Dagobond, as you're looking at this goblin, his face, you can just see the color drain away from his face and his eyes, and he just slumps to the floor, dead. Combat is over.
Can we loot the bodies? You know what? Screw looting. Yeah. Let's go get his daughter.
Yes.
Shall we call into the cave first and ask Libby if she's okay and if there's any more goblins there?
Yes, what he said.
So you call in, you hear a little girl call back, it's dark, I can't see anyone else. I don't think there's anyone back here. please tell my daddy. Please tell my daddy that I'm okay. Take me back to my daddy.
He's right here. Shout out to her, Jethro.
Omar, do you want to patch Jethro up so he doesn't look as messy when Libby comes out?
Jethro is not having anything of it. He's actually starting to head into the mine.
All right, we'll need to go with him.
Yeah,
just in case. Yeah.
Can I shield up again, or is that not possible?
You can do if you like. Yes.
I'll shield up and longsword this one.
Okay.
And walk in front.
Are you going in behind, or are you going in front?
I'll go in front. Shield up.
All right.
Longsword.
Okay. You walk into the cave. Let's have a perception check.
Both of us just.
Both of you can do a perception check as you walk in.
15.
10.
Okay. You look around. You don't see any movement other than whatever's in the cage at the far end.
And we don't see any traps.
Do you want to? No, you don't see any traps. From that investigation, you don't see any traps.
Yeah.
Jethro runs straight out from between the two of you. Drops down a trap. No.
She watches her father die in front of her eyes. Wow.
No, runs out. There's a lock on the cage. And you
can I break it with the longsword?
He's kind of give it a shot with your longsword. Just give me
what my hit?
Roll the attack button just to see if you can hit it first of all.
The
attack next to the longsword, the +5.
On the longsword, +5.
Yeah.
Perfect. 13.
You hit it. And give me the damage.
Is it the top one of them too?
If you want to use 2 hands, you can use the bottom one, which gives more damage.
So out the 2 little boxes in longsword, it's the bottom one I'm going for, yeah?
Yeah, so you put your shield down as you whack the block with your sword with 2 hands.
7.
7. The lock flies off. The cage door flings open as Libby runs out and hugs Jethro. To make long story short, you both kind of take a short rest. You kind of heal up from what you can. You patch up. You investigate the crates that are around you. There are various kind of mining equipments. There are some food rations and things as well. And you all take the walk back to the town of Meadowstone. As you get back, you're greeted by the townsfolk with cheers and kind of celebrations. Way, huzzah! And the town master Weston is there. He says, "I'm so pleased there are people like you around to help us." And he hands you both 100 gold pieces each. And
I don't know about you, Dave, but I'm ready for that drink.
Absolutely.
You head back into the Chubby Guard Tavern and enjoy a good free round of drinks on the house. End of story.
Well,
there we go.
I've got to say, right, I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. Before I came into this, I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if you've hooked us completely, but I thoroughly enjoyed that. Like, great. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So I would say to anybody who's not sure about it, absolutely give it a go, because you pulled me in there, like, honestly. And I picked it up fairly easily. Well, not fairly easily, but in terms of navigating the board and where I needed to go, and then, kind of coming up with the scenarios and asking the right questions. I hope I did anyway. I honestly, Tim, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I really did.
Well, it's the Dungeon Master's role to kind of guide you through. If you're new to all this, just advise you what your options are and to guide you through that. Benefits if you're doing a longer campaign over a period of time with other friends, you can focus on creating your character a bit more. And as you go through combat, you can get experience points and you can actually level up your characters. They learn new abilities, find new magical weapons and all sorts of things. And so the story kind of progresses and you really get involved with your character on that, and you can have a really good laugh.
Really enjoyed that. Being an actor, it's kind of, I love that kind of stuff. I love it. Love it.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Tim. That was a really good thing. I think it was part of me, because I've done a little bit of dungeon mastering, just dabbling, is you have to resist the urge to metagame. As soon as I heard bushes and cave opening, I was like, there's got to be something near those bushes. Like, and it's like, or there's gonna, like, that's at least where we can hide if they're gonna then pop out or whatever. But Dave, amazing. Like, some of the suggestions that you came up with for someone who either have you played before, like a long time ago, or
you're talking when I was 15, so with an actual board and dice, but that was lunch times with my friends there. But I can't even reference that. I wouldn't even know. Like, so I've had, but being an actor, that's what you get paid to do, to come up with like scenarios and improv and all that kind of stuff. So it was like I say, my hesitancy wasn't anything to do with the genre of this. It was kind of do it, but I honestly thoroughly enjoyed it. It's actually such a world away from just watching something on a screen, because like even just being here for this last hour, I've kind of visualized me as Dagobond, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's I could probably be this. Do you know what I mean? Get me Gimli on. But like, see, go for it. Jason.
I was just going to say that you could as well, if you, the more you want to throw yourself into it, is then doing a voice, which I haven't got my head around completely yet. But if you can have a voice for your character and a voice for you, then it makes a lot easier to tell when the character is speaking and when the person that's the player is speaking.
What anybody who is listening, the episode has any questions or anything, or even wants to know a little bit more, we can obviously hook you up or give them to Tim, and he can kind of answer them. So Jason's going to do his little housekeeping bit and give with a bit now where that would be.
So our email is thedoodads@icloud.com, and you can catch us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at The Doodads. Search it 3 words, The Doodads, and then you can ask us any questions there and we can pass them on to Tim. And that's also where if you want to ask us any other questions related to being a dad, or you have some jokes you want to submit or anything like that, by all means, that's where you can get in touch with us.
Don't get Tim started on that, because you know what Tim likes jokes. You think we're, I say bad as a compliment. You think we're bad. He's like superbly bad. But good.
How many dwarfs does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know. How many dwarves does it take to change a light bulb?
5. 1 to hold the bulb and 4 to drink till the room spins. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You were going to say something before, though, Tim, before I jumped in. Can you know what you were saying?
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you wanted to kind of experience a bit more, there are various YouTube channels of various other people doing Dungeons and Dragons. There's a particular favorite of mine called Critical Role, where it's a load of voice actors. So they do all the different voices and everything. There's a lot of people that listen to that one, and it's really entertaining as well. But there's also, if you want your kids to maybe get involved, there's a new one that's just launched called Stuff of Legends, and they actually use puppets in it as well to kind of describe what they're doing to it. It's quite fun to watch. So it's a little bit cheeky, that one, but yes, it's good.
I think I do want to try and get my daughter involved, but she's a little bit sort of anxious about it. I think the one thing I'm potentially a little bit worried about is, like, with combat, how violent it is, but I guess you would tone it down for that, so there wouldn't be blood spurting everywhere or that kind of thing. It's just like, oh, he's hurt, or...
And if they're using a person with magical skills, a wizard or a sorcerer, then you'll be seeing kind of fireballs going off or little flares going off here and there. So it can be a bit more, and they can choose how the magical effect appears. In some cases, you could have a kind of a spiritual guardian protecting you, and it's a load of unicorns kind of flying around you, protecting you. Or you could have your combat weapon as a giant lollipop. smashing people to bits with it. It's all sorts of options. You can use your imagination and flavor the whole game to how you want.
This is what I was going to say. I think the imagination element for me is something that is appealing, but like Jace, it's not so much the violence. It's more like they're more interested in being on Minecraft or Roblox or Fortnite. But this is a more tangible thing, which gets to use their imagination and create those realms that probably we used to go to when we were younger. So that might be something I might encourage you in that, and I would probably encourage anybody. And I assume that's the message you're looking to give, Tim, is like, get yourself into this realm, give it a go.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really enjoyable, and it helps with your math skills as well, definitely.
Thank you so much, Tim. And I think that's it from us now. We might be back again soon with an episode. I'm editing one at the moment that we recorded a few weeks ago. But I'll get there. I've just had a lot of work on. So
we're doing more than we did last year. So that's
yes.
more that we're promising people that we're doing more episodes. And this is a really interesting one. What we might do next time, I think, if we do one, and we'll invite you back, Tim, we might, because you can be a regular guest now. It doesn't necessarily need to be about this genre, but we'll definitely do this. But we might do movies, we might do TV. We want to talk about anything. But if you have anything, any ideas, chuck them our way, and we want to get them out there, because even like, what we say is, even if we hit one person and have one person listening, we've made a difference to them. So on that note, we will bid goodbye. So thank you again, Tim, for being a guest today. Jason, I will see you next time. And thanks for listening.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.
And you can stop recording now.
Yeah, I can stop recording now. Yeah.